This program contains adult language and situations which may be considered offensive to some viewers and/or children, but more likely their parents.
Alright, kiddies, it's DLF here, and I want to talk about my Job interview. Alright, so here's what happened. Okay, so I went to counseling today. I had to see the nurse. It was like, okay, they wanted me to see their nurse or something, and so I did. And she just asked me some questions. She took my blood pressure and shit. Took my weight, and I actually lost some weight. I lost like 5 pounds, to be honest. So that's pretty cool. And what else? What else? So I went to go see the nurse. Then I went to go see my therapist, which I was actually able to sit down and talk to her. But here's the thing: I was talking to her, but right after my therapist, I had to go for a job interview, and my vocational counselor, I'll get to that in a second, my vocational counselor took me, and like half the time sitting there talking to the friggin' shrink was all about, oh, are you nervous about this? Shut the fuck up. Like, I got shit to talk. I didn't even tell her about how I called the police on my parents. You know, I didn't even tell her about that until today. So I'm over there, and I'm like, dude, I called the fucking police on my parents, like, before fucking New Year's over here, okay? I didn't even get to talk about that, because you know what was more important to you? Fucking getting all kinds of releases and all kinds of fucking signatures and shit. Filling out assessments. Come on, man. And then I have to go see her again in 3 weeks. That's kind of long, to be honest. And you know what? This is why I do videos. This is why I do videos, because this is more therapeutic for me to do videos than it is for me to go to a therapist. Ridiculous. It's stupid. And I even told her straight out. Once June 21st hits, I'm out of here. You know, that's a year. That's a year that the judge said I have to be in therapy. June 21st is a year that I have to be in therapy. So, there you go. I'm out June 21st. Okay, and my mom probably still didn't get her wish because I'm still not on medication. So I tried to like hurry her up with talking about the stupid job interview, whatever, and I pretty much said, come on, and I was like, you know, I called the police on my parents. Because they were going on and on and on. They were going on and on about it wasn't just the fact that they called up and said, listen, we think that your computer's a scam. If that was the case, I wouldn't even have bothered calling the police. But no, they had to take it that inch further. We're getting whatever the hell that dick's name. We're getting Dick Medlars on your ass. What kind of fucking name is that? We're getting Dick Medlars from Buffalo to, she's gonna have you arrested because you threatened to kill your father. And I'm like, what? When did I say that? Oh, you said that if he comes down your street, you're gonna pull him out of his car and hold a knife to him until the police. Okay, there's a big fucking difference between doing that and killing my father. And yeah, what I was gonna do was 100% legal. It's called a citizen's arrest. Look it up. You can do the same to me. You are to hold somebody down. You are to pull a weapon on somebody until the police come. Then when the police come, they take over. It's easy as that. And everybody has the right to do that, actually. And that's only if they come onto the property here. They're not allowed on the property. They're not allowed on my street. At least from Ludington to William. Actually, I shouldn't say that. At least from Ludington to Chauncey Street. Okay? They can't be on Green Street between Chauncey and Ludington. If they want to come down, if they want to come up from William to fucking to go down Green, well then they're gonna have to go up William, then over to Green, and then they have to go up Chauncey, and then back around up into Bailey, and come back down to fucking Ludington, and then back on the Green. That's how they have to play it now, which is stupid because, or if they want to just go to my uncle's house, I don't care. I don't give a shit. They're gonna have to go. They can't pass by my house though. They can't be going to my house. I was arrested for going to somebody's house. You know, he's going to my house, if you know what I mean. I feel like I'm like fucking Mr. Bean over here. He's going to your house, if you know what I mean. Sorry, I can't do a good Mr. Bean impression. He's going to your house, if you know what I mean. I can't do a good Mr. Bean impression. But anyway, it's probably just fucking a British accent or something, right? So anyway, we talked about that a little bit, and she was like, why do you feel the need, why don't you want them around? And I was like, because I was arrested for going to somebody's house, if you know what I mean. You know, I was arrested for that shit. Why can't anyone else be? And she's like, wait a second here. There must have been some difference between that and I said, I don't fucking know. I was just walking down a fucking street. And people on my YouTube shit, I remember somebody once said, we need to rethink this whole going down somebody's street nonsense. We need to rethink how this works. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of agree. we do kind of need to rethink it. But if we can rethink this, and we can kind of determine that going to somebody's house does not equal if we can make sure we know that, you know, going past somebody's house equals going to somebody's house. If we can redefine that, okay, then I think my record with barf should be expunged. You know what I mean? I think it should be 100% expunged. If we're gonna play that route, then we're gonna play it. But then if it comes back, it says, oh, going past somebody's house does not equal going to someone's house. Well, then I'm gonna make sure that my record gets expunged from that. Okay, even though I was ultimately just convicted of a violation, which is the same thing as a parking ticket. It's a parking ticket. Okay. I think that I don't think I should have that on my criminal record. I'm not a criminal. So anyway, what else? So afterward, you know, we were just, I had to wait in the waiting room and shit, and my vocational counselor comes in and like, oh yeah, we got that job interview. Is it okay if this guy comes with us? I don't know who the fuck this guy was. He was some big guy. I don't know who the fuck he was. He works there, but I saw him a bunch of times when I go there, but it's like, I don't know who the hell he is, to be honest. Got my slang shot. You know what's funny about my slang shot? You know, people, so whoever sent me slang shot ammo. Okay, let me show you something with this. The little brown ones, the little green ones or whatever. You know what? These things are actually pretty fucking cool. So this is really fucking cool. So you could use this, and what it does is I already shot some of them, but they're pretty fucking cool though. The fucking green, I don't even know what color they are. They're so small, but the green, red one, whatever the fuck color they are, I don't know what they're made of, but, and I know they're designed to do it too, but when it hits something, it actually like explodes. Not like in a big bang, but it disintegrates upon contact. Because I think they're like made of like clay or something, and when it hits something, it just fucking breaks apart. So watch what I'm gonna do. You hear that? I hit the side of my refrigerator. It doesn't really do much. Like it hits it. Let me see what it did actually. Let's see. It really didn't do much. It really didn't do much. It made like some. It turned it into complete dust, pretty much. Okay. Where is it? Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty cool what it does. Those these things these little fucking balls here that somebody sent me, I think they're made of like clay or something. See? They're just little colored balls. And if you take one of them and you just I'm just gonna hit the wall with it. It's not gonna mess up the wall. Like the wall isn't as messed up as it is, but watch what happens. You see how it just like shit? It got like it like crumbles upon impact. I don't even know where it went, but it just breaks apart, you know. Now the steel balls will just fucking ricochet. They do ricochet bullshit. Let's do that again. But it's here we go. I'm gonna try hitting race in progress, or no, I don't want to hit. Here we go. I'll just hit the fucking wall. Here we go. Ow. Okay, that kind of hurt my hand. So where did it hit? Where did it hit? Okay, I see where it hit. Because it just left some dust on the wall. You see that? It just breaks apart. It breaks apart when it hits contact. You know, which is, you know, and it shoots like shrapnel. Not shrapnel, not like metal, but it shoots. It'll shoot like it'll make like little fucking like dust come off of it. Because it actually, when it hits, it breaks the fucking shot apart. But I actually went, so what happened was, I went to this job interview, and this guy was with us. I don't know who he was. He was like a worker of this place that you know works with the company that I go to for counseling and whatnot. He works with the place, right? See how that works? He works with the company and shit. I don't know who the fuck he is. I see him all the time. I don't know who he is. I always see him like walking around and shit. But this big guy, and my vocational counselor had like, I got my MP3 player, by the way. My vocational counselor has this like really small fucking little ass car, like one of those little smart cars. So imagine fitting me, her, and this other big dude in there. Oh my god, it was cramped. And then on top of that, she had like this big box in the back. It was like full of wood. Why the fuck would she have wood? I don't know. But it's like I had to sit in the fucking back, and it was like, come on, man. Whatever. She took me, she took me to the fucking interview, and I'm kind of glad for that. And I don't know if I'll get the job or not. I gotta just stay positive, I guess. And then we were driving back and shit, and I was telling her, like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to move and everything. And she said, oh, where you want to move to? And I was like, maybe Elmwood or North Buffalo area. And she's like, oh, cool, yeah. And she said something like, yeah, let's go hang out at your new place when you get your new apartment. I was like, what? she wants my vocational counselor wants to fucking gravy and chill. And that's kind of funny. And she wants to hang out. She wants to hang out with me, if you know what I mean. She wants to gravy and chill with a DLF, if you know what I mean. She wants to gravy and chill, if you know what I mean. She wants to gravy and chill, if you know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. Can you please explain what you mean? I hate sauce that comes in a fucking tin can like this. Because then you're forced to eat it like forever in a day. Until it's gone. There's no way to reseal it. My dad ghettos it up. Sometimes my dad will ghetto it up sometimes. And he'll open up a can like that where you have to open it with a can opener. But what he actually does is, in order to reuse it, because he's not going to use the entire friggin' can, what he usually does is he'll fucking put a piece of plastic wrap over it. Because he's black. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But, yeah, my vocational counselor wants to hang out with me, if you know what I mean. Oh shit. She wants to hang out with good old DLF. She wants to gravy and chill with DLF. If you know what I mean, like fucking Mr. Bean bullshit. And then, so yeah, and then I gotta go see an apartment tomorrow. I might have to go see two, to be honest. I was gonna have this other guy. I said, listen. Remember when I was looking for apartments that one day? This might have been on a video. But I was actually looking for apartments one day. And I emailed the one guy and I asked him if he would, it says he didn't allow pets. But I said, listen, you think you can make an exception with the cat? And he said, yeah, we can make an exception. He got back to me today. He said, yeah, we can make an exception. So, okay, cool. And he's like, when can you come see it? I said, I gotta see an apartment tomorrow around the same area. But this guy wanted me to come by like 15 minutes after I see the apartment tomorrow. And I was just like, okay, well, I don't drive, so I can't really just like come by like whenever, I can't just like come by whenever I want to. So I mean, here's what I'll do. I can't really just come by like right after. I mean, especially I could come by, but it's not gonna take me it's gonna take me more than 15 minutes to get there on the bus. Waiting for it. At least walking, I can walk to the other apartment. That's no problem. But it's just the whole thing. It's not gonna take me. It's gonna take me like more than 15 minutes to get out there. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And he didn't get back to me on that. So I gotta assume he's like, oh. We don't want people who don't drive. There's always something. We don't want people who don't drive. We don't want people who don't work, who have Section 8 or whatever the hell case may be, even though it's illegal to not take the Section 8 in the city of Buffalo. If you're in the city of Buffalo, you have to accept Section 8. You have to accept Section 8 as your Lord and Savior. And that's all there is to that. So I don't know. I might still hear back from him. I'm just checking my emails every 2 minutes for that. So I also talked about a lot of, like, in counseling, I talked about a lot of what my parents do, as far as, sabotaging my, my counseling shit. Because, when my mom called up the one therapist and told the therapist that I was taping sessions, even though I don't believe any of that. My mom's kind of a sociopath in that regard, in that she likes to take credit for bullshit that she doesn't do. So if she's gonna take that credit, we're gonna give her that credit. We're gonna give her all that bad fucking credit, so that when if something goes wrong and I have to go back to court, I can say, listen, and I got it all on tape too. So I could go back to court and say, listen, this is what my mom's saying. She's pretty much sabotaging my counseling sessions, and I don't like it. And then the judge will drop the fucking case because he's that cool. You know what I'm saying? Probably not, but. So but then my mom would be up there and she's like, "Oh, you're taking it out of context. How the fuck am I taking this out of context? You're saying that you called up my fucking therapist and told her that I'm taping all these sessions with her, and you can't. You're just saying it because you don't want me talking to therapist. All you want is just being drugged to death, right? You want me to be drugged into complete oblivion. That's all you fucking want. It was never about me getting the help that I need. It was always about getting the help that you want. never about me getting the quote unquote help that I need. It's all about getting the help that you want. It's like when my dad says, "Oh, you have schizophrenia," and I could get a fucking therapist to diagnose you with that too. And I'd be like, okay, well, I could get a fucking, I could pay anybody to sit there and, you know, diagnose you with something as well. You know, don't try me here. You could get any doctor to diagnose, you could get any fucking quack off the street to diagnose you with something stupid. Doesn't mean you have it. Like, I could get a doctor right now to say that I don't have diabetes. Okay? Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't change the fact, you know. The only person that's saying I have schizophrenia is my dad, because he doesn't even know what the fuck it means. He's like, well, and there's his excuse for that one too. He's like, well, someone with schizophrenia should know what it is. You know what it is, so that means you must have it. Hold on a second here. Does that make my dad schizophrenic as well? I don't fucking know. Because he obviously knows what it is. Or not. He doesn't know what it is. Oh, you hear voices. I hear voices. When the fuck did I ever hear voices? Where the fuck where the fuck do these people even get this from? Well, you just know how to answer their questions correctly. Yeah, I do, don't I? Right? That means I'm smarter than the fucking shrink that went to school for 8 fucking years. Fucking retard. You know, I wouldn't even mind be talking to my parents if it didn't turn into this. If it didn't turn into this whole thing where, you know, it just starts becoming insult shit. Like, I'm willing to sit here and have a fucking proper discussion with them. But I know for a fact that it's just going to turn into insult after insult. And I would have it so that they come into my fucking counseling session, but I can't even trust that. Because once they know where I go to counseling, that means that they're going to sit there and try to call the counselor up. And I told her that. I was like, listen, once they find out where I'm going to counseling here, so we're calling this place off the hook. Trying to call them and try to make fake, you know, things about, well, he's saying he wants to kill himself on a video, and never happened. They should not even be calling. They should never be calling crisis services on me. Ever. Because it's considered harassment. By the way, I'm eating a pizza that I made just now. It tastes terrible. But I got it from the food pantry, and like it was a pizza crust, but the crust is made out of like cauliflower or something. I don't fucking know. Then I just put the sauce and the fucking cheese on top of it. You see, my parents should never be calling police or crisis services on me over something that happens in a video. Now we better do this. Cause I got so many fucking police officers watching my videos that you know, it doesn't even matter. By the time you call police on me, they probably saw it already. They probably saw it twice. But and then I told my counselor, I was like, I also told her I wanted to move out of state at one point, and then she's like, yeah, that'd be nice. It's like, why would you want to move out of state? I'm like, well, there's nothing really for me here. I hate my fucking neighborhood. I hate my fucking family. And that's the bottom line. He's like, where are you thinking of going? I'm thinking about moving to fucking Las Vegas. Or like Texas or something. I don't know if I'll move to Houston though. Maybe Austin. Like Austin Powers. Because I heard Austin has a good Austin's all full of young people like me. I heard Austin, Texas is like the it's like Elmwood if Elmwood was a city. But I don't know. So I want to get to. So somebody wanted me to do a rant about my daddy dukes, and it's like, come on, man, we did these to death already. But I'm not gonna do a rant. Instead, I'm gonna tell a couple funny stories about my parents growing up. And well, before I get to the stories, I want to tell a story that happened today. So after my job interview, I went to Carbone's, and I was eating my food. These two women came in to Carbone's. Never saw them in my life. There was like there's a blonde woman, and then there was like like this really skinny, like brunette chick. Okay. And they come in, and the blonde like gives me this really, really dirty look. Okay, that was rude. And and I just kind of ignored it. And then she gets her food, and she's sitting down with the other girl. And then she called somebody up on the phone, and she's like, she said something like, "Yeah, he's sitting right next to me in Carbone's eating food." I look over, I'm like, "What?" And I just fucking ignored it. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, I don't know this woman. You know, why she's talking about me on the phone. But I kind of have a, an idea of, who that woman was. Remember when I was talking about that fucking fire that happened on Benzinger? Where the little kid died? And the fire was started because of the guy, he just had the fucking he just had to fucking light a cigarette with a blowtorch. You know, that's like the new cool thing to do. You know, it was absolutely necessary for this man to light a cigarette with a blowtorch, burn down his fucking house, kill his fucking kid. Shouldn't have been at the house. You got a restraining order on him. Shouldn't have fucking been there. You know, because at first I was like, yeah, it must be a meth lab. And it was like, dude, come on, you might as well have been a meth lab. You know, it's less trashier to say it's a meth lab. It's less trashier to say it's a meth lab than it is, than what really happened. Burning his house down, lighting a cigarette with a blowtorch. Really? Well, might as well just call it a fucking meth lab. Might as well. It's less trashy just to say that. It's like one of those things where the truth is stranger than the fiction. You know. But I think it was that one chick that I was arguing with that was on the phone. No, they're sitting next to me. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Why is my name coming up in your conversation? Not even calling me. Not even saying my name, but he's sitting here next to me, eating food. So I finished my food and I left. Okay, so now let's get to my stories about my parents. So, if any of you follow me on Facebook, I actually just posted a story. It's about like the one time my dad got all fucking pissed off at me, right? Here's why he got pissed off, okay? So he put potato chips in the oven, okay, because he was trying to hide the potato chips from me. So he hid them in the oven. But then he forgot that they were there. And he went to go, start the oven. He forgot that they were in there. And then he ended up smelling like all kinds of burning shit, and there's like smoke and everything. And he opens up the oven and he's like, oh shit, the potato chips. Like the potato chips were like really on fire and shit. And he gets all mad at me because he's like, you know, this wouldn't have happened, you know, if I didn't have to, you know, if you wouldn't have gotten to the potato chips. It's like, oh, well, this is all my fault then. Maybe you should, maybe my dad should have, like, you know, checked the oven before he started it up. Just a little thought there. A lot of these stories are going to be about how my parents don't really pay attention to shit. Okay? So I remember the one time for Christmas, okay, I got this new coat for Christmas. And okay, so I was wearing this coat, and I was like 14 or something like that. I was wearing it to school, and then my dad looks at it, he's like, let me see that coat. I'm like, okay, he's like, I'll get you a new coat. I'm like, why? What it turns out is my dad actually got me a woman's coat on accident. How the fuck do you get somebody, how the fuck do you make that mistake? Here's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking here, how the fuck do you make that kind of mistake? The women's coats are in a separate section of a store, okay? It's clearly marked women's coats, and everything around there is a fucking woman's coat. He got me like some Liz Claiborne fucking coat the one year. And then he realized it like a month later that he bought me a woman's coat. And he's like, oh, I bought you a fucking woman's coat. Are you fucking retarded, dude? He's like, are you fucking retarded? He must be fucking retarded, my dad. Because I just think about it to this day, and he's just, why would you even do that? Like, what's going through your mind here? You would have to have been in the women's coat section. That's like saying, you know, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in the big and tall section to buy a fucking video game. Doesn't make sense. But he bought me a fucking woman's coat, and he didn't realize until like a month later that I was wearing a fucking woman's coat out. And I didn't fucking know. Well, I was just, okay, it's a fucking coat. Okay? It's a fucking coat. Really? And then the one day, I remember the one time we were on Zelmer Street, right? And we had like one of those fucking, you know, like those fucking little ass pools that you have to kind of, you know, they kind of like fold up and shit, and they're like really weird. And you fill it up with fucking water, and it's like these little fucking flimsy fucking pools. You just fill it up real quick, and then you try to like stand up, eat the fucking shit, and they can like rip on the bottom and shit too. So I remember the one time Dad was so fucking dumb. He decided like we had one of those pools there, and then we set up the fucking pool, and I had a couple of these kids from the neighborhood over, and Eugene was there and everything else. But then my dad, he ends up with, okay, what I can do. He starts running, and then he like falls into the pool and fucking breaks the whole thing. And he's like, come on, Dad. You just fucking ruined the fucking pool. Because you're stupid. And then, yeah. And then so he's like, okay. So what he does, he puts on the fucking sprinkler and has everyone run through it like an idiot. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Then what else could I talk about? Oh yeah. Then there's this one day where what the fuck happened again? Oh yeah. So there's this one day. So back in the day, right? We used to have, you know, just regular ass cable TV, okay? And when we had that, my dad had like this fucking black box thing. It's pretty much just like a black box that you hook up to your TV, and it unscrambles like all the movie channels, and you can get all the pay-per-views for free and everything else. And what happened was, back in the day in Buffalo, we used to have a channel called The Box. Okay? And The Box was like this music channel, right? And pretty much what it is you call up. You can look it up on fucking YouTube. It's one of those things where it's a lot of nostalgia, nostalgia fucking shit for me too. It's one of those things. It's not around anymore, but this music channel is called The Box, okay? And pretty much what it was people would call up and, you know, request like music videos, and they'd pay like $7 a music video. It was ridiculous. But what really happened was, when somebody requested the music videos, like everyone saw them. So it was like, okay, so you're watching, somebody will call up the box. I never paid for anything. It wasn't like it was a pay-per-view service. It kind of was, but it was like when you would get the most random videos ever, and they were like all uncensored music videos and shit, so that was always a good thing. And but the thing is that after a while, once you got to like 10 o'clock at night, the box kind of like switches. Okay, the box channel kind of switches, and it becomes the Spice Channel. Okay, it becomes the fucking Spice Channel. And I remember the one time when I found that out, I was watching it, and then it became what it was. It became it became a fucking porno, and we got the black box. It unscrambles the porno channel, and my dad was like, "Oh, you're not gonna watch that Spice Channel." And I remember the one time. When this first started happening, right? My mom and my dad were in the living room, and my bedroom was kind of off of the living room, or not off of the living room. This was on Zelmer Street. It was like off. It was off of the dining room, kind of. And we would, I'd be like in bed or something, right? And I'm like sleeping in the bed. I think it was just like a stupid fucking couch I was sleeping on. I think that's what I was sleeping on, to be honest. It was like a couch or something. And anyway, my dad. It was the way the living room was set up. It was like my dad had the fucking couch like up against the wall, right? And he had the TV all the way at the other end of the room. And like from where my room was, I could see the TV, but my dad couldn't actually see me if he was on the couch, because he'd be behind a wall or something. It was really fucking weird. So anyway, my parents, I heard I was just laying there pretty much, and I heard my mom say, "Hey, let's watch Spice." I'm like, and my dad's like, "Oh, okay, let's watch Spice tonight." So my dad yelled to me. He's like, "Mike, are you up?" That's all he said. "Mike, are you up?" I didn't say a word. So they turned on Spice, and they were on the couch. And so what I did was I kind of went and I looked at the fucking TV, and I was like fucking watching Spice with my parents. Yeah, whatever. Then the one time, it was me and Eugene in the house, and me and Eugene in the house or something, and we were like watching Spice, like we were like two horny 12-year-old kids watching fucking Spice, right? Because it's the first time we've ever saw like a fucking boob. Okay. We never saw, like, a woman naked. Okay, so we're just sitting there watching the fucking Spice Channel. And, I think my dad was, like, asleep or so. My parents were asleep. They were they were, like, out. Watching, whatever. So I'm like, okay, and we were like staying up and shit, and I ended up me and Eugene, we ended up watching Spice or something, and he was like, okay, so we turned it off, right? And I was like, hold up a second, Eugene. My dad's going to find out, because he's going to turn on that TV in the morning and see that the last channel was the fucking Spice Channel. So I was like, okay, let's turn it to Cartoon Network and then turn off the TV. Okay, fine. So we turned it to like Cartoon Network or something, turned off the TV, and the next day, my dad got all pissed off. Like, I know you kids have been watching that Spice. And we were like, no we weren't. He's like, don't lie to me. I pressed last channel. You know that button on the remote that's like, it's like the last channel? Well, before we turned off the TV, we turned it on to fucking the Cartoon Network. But when we did that, the last channel was just fucking Spice. So he turns it on, it's a Cartoon Network. Then he pressed like the last channel and it went to fucking Spice. And he was like, I know you 13-year-old kids were, you're watching that Spice Channel. another thing that happened was, this was before we got the black box, right? And this was before we got the black box, right? So we were. So what happened was, back in the day when we had pay-per-view, what it was it when you try to watch pay-per-view, like they had movies and shit. When you try to watch pay-per-view, what it was it would just look all scrambled, you know. And like once in a while you could see something, or you know, do whatever. But for the most part, it's fucking scrambled. And you can hear the voices and shit clear. So the one day I was watching, I was listening to, I should say, because or not watching anything on the Scrambled Porno channel. I was watching Natural Born Killers on pay-per-view, on a Scrambled pay-per-view channel. Okay? And the next day I went into school. It was like School 39, Martin Luther King Jr. Multicultural Mental Institute. I was in the 5th grade at the time. And I was talking to somebody about, let's watch. I watched fucking Natural Born Killers yesterday, and I can't forget the fucking teacher's name. Her name was like Mrs. Blackwell, I think it was. She overheard me talking about this Natural Born Killers movie, and she's like, "Oh, you're watching Natural Born Killer? You know, if I found, like, I have a fucking 17-year-old daughter, and if I thought out that she watched Natural Born Killers, I would be furious." That's what she fucking said. And she ended up calling my dad, or she called my parents up and said, "Your son's saying he's watching Natural Born Killers on fucking pay-per-view and, you know, whatever." And my dad was like, "Okay, you're not allowed to watch any more our movies." Okay? And then the one day he punished me, and this is after we got that black box thing. He grounded me for like a week or something. And he was like, "Okay, you're grounded. No preview." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking?" Because there was also a channel on cable. It's called the Preview channel. And what it pretty much is it's just a scrolling thing that tells you everything that's on TV at the moment. And he kept saying, "No preview, no preview." I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm over to turning on I go to fucking put on a pay-per-view fucking movie. He's like, "What did I tell you? No preview." I'm like, "What the fuck? You said no what the fuck you mean no pay-per-view?" "Yeah, you know what I meant." "No, I didn't know what you meant. You said no There's a fucking channel on the fucking cable that's called Preview channel. And that's what you said. You said no preview. I couldn't sit there and watch the fucking Preview channel. You know what I meant. No pay-per-view. Whatever the hell. No, you know, and then I got fucking grounded again. Because he kept saying no preview, no preview. So I didn't watch Preview. I'm doing exactly what he was telling me to do. I wasn't watching Preview. I was watching fucking pay-per-view. And then, here's the other thing, too. So there's, like, times where my dad will get, like, a pizza. He'll get, like, a full pizza from, like, Leonardi's or something, right? And so he's like, Mike, you can have 2 slices. So, okay, whatever. I eat 2 slices, and he's like, you could save the rest of that pizza for tomorrow. And this is back when I was like living with them. So I'm like, okay, I'll save it for tomorrow. So then what happens is at 12:01 in a.m. right at 12:01 a.m. like I'll get up at midnight or something and I'll start eating the pizza. And he's like, what happened to the pizza? I ate it. I told you to leave it for today. So I did eat it today. I ate it at 11. I ate it at fucking 12:01 a.m. I don't see the fucking problem. It's like, no. What I meant was you have to sleep for it to be tomorrow. And I'm like, you have to, what? That's how you determine what tomorrow is? When you go to sleep and wake up? I thought tomorrow just started at 12 midnight. You know, it's like, come on. He's like, you're trying to take advantage. I'm like, no, I'm fucking not. I'm doing exactly what you're saying for me to do. You said that I can to save it till tomorrow. Tomorrow starts at 12 midnight. I waited an extra minute. I'm a minute late to eat that pizza. Therefore, I obeyed your wishes. I ate the pizza when you said I can eat the fucking pizza. I don't see the problem here. Oh, shit. And the other thing he does is, you know, like he gets, okay, so he gets pizza from that Leonardi's place, which is actually good pizza. But then what he does is, see, Leonardi's cuts their pizza really, really weird. And my dick's hanging out. So Leonardi's cuts their pizza really weird. They cut it like, what it is it's a circle. It's a circle pizza. And then they cut it down the middle, right? They cut the pizza right down the middle. And then they cut it like this. Okay, so it turns, so what it looks like, it's actually these long slices, right? And so my dad gets a pizza, right? And he says, okay, Mike, you can have 2 slices. But then what my dad will do is he'll open it up and say, these are the long slices. We gotta cut these down, and we gotta cut these slices in half. So he'll cut a slice in half. He'll cut the slices in half, and then give me the 2 halves and say, here's your 2 slices of pizza. Excuse me, but that's still 1 slice. You can't just cut it up and say, here's your 2 slices of pizza. It has to, you have to do it according to the natural boundaries of the pizza. Okay? You can't just cut something in half and expect it to be, you know, there's 2 slices there. Okay? Like, if I were to cut those pills in half, you're not getting 2 pills out of it. You're getting 1 pill. You're getting 2 halves of 1 pill. So I should be eating 4 of those little slices because you cut them in half. You're the one that cut them. The pizzeria didn't cut them like that. You went ahead and you cut those pizzas into littler slices. And now I'm being gypped out of pizza because you want it to last longer. But you know what? It's not gonna fucking work. Cause you know why? I'll tell you why. Because what you're doing is scamming me. You're scamming me out of pizza, okay? You said 2 slices, and you said those 2 slices before you even open up that box. So when you open up that box, I get my fucking 2 slices. You don't get to fucking cut down the slices that are already in there. I don't care if they're this long. Okay? I'm getting my 2 slices. Okay? I don't care if they're this fucking long and this fucking thick. I'm getting my 2 slices. I'm eating this long and this thick. Okay? And I'm eating 2 of those. You don't come around and say, oh, these are too long. I'm going to cut them down. And here's your 2 slices, Mike. No. You have to do it according to the way the pizzeria cut them. If you want to cut down your slices, feel fucking free. But don't be cutting down slices and, trying to pull the wool over my eyes. The other thing is that so I haven't seen this in a while, but they have Kraft spaghetti, okay, and it's like spaghetti that it almost came in. The box looked like a box of macaroni and cheese, and it came with like spaghetti. It came with a package of cheese, and it came with like Parmesan cheese, and it came with a package of spices as well. It's actually pretty fucking good. It's like it's like Kraft spaghetti, and it comes in a box that's like macaroni and cheese. And my dad would make this sometimes. It's just like the best it's like the best spaghetti ever, to be honest. But you have to add your own sauce. Then you add the spices to the sauce, right? So whenever we eat this shit, we all have to share it. And it was really fucking stupid because what my dad would do is he'd be like, okay, here's what we'll do. Your mother gets the cheese and the spices, and then you could have like Prego or something. I'm like, wait, what? So here's the thing. The spices are supposed to be added into the sauce. But my dad's like, well, she gets the fucking spices and the cheese. But the spices are supposed to be added into the sauce. So she gets her own fucking sauce, really. It's really fucking weird. And she gets the fucking cheese that comes in the thing, too. But why the fucking spices? It's almost like she's getting a full dose of those spices. I don't fucking know. It was like my dad doesn't even know how to fucking make the shit. So he's just like, okay, your mother gets the spices. But they're supposed to be added into the fucking sauce itself. You know? You're supposed to provide the sauce, and then they have the spices. You put it in there, and you mix it around. So, why is mom getting the full fucking spices? So what you're trying to say is, you're gonna make 2 things of sauce, just so that mom can get the fucking spices. But no, that's not even what he was doing. He was making the sauce, and then my mom would have the fucking packet of spices, and she'd pour it on the fucking, in her sauce. It's fucking ridiculous. And it was, the other thing that was kind of ridiculous too, growing up, was, and I kind of understand now that what they were trying to teach me, but it just went over really, really poorly. So there was times when my mom would be, what happened was, my mom worked nights, and so she would sleep during the day, then she'd wake up for work or whatever. And what happened was, she would, we would make dinner and everything, and we would like say, my dad would be like, you know, save some for your mother. So okay, I said, you want to just put some aside for her, so that I could just, you know, take whatever I want. And and he gets fucking pissed at that. And I kind of understand why. He was just trying to teach me to, you know, think of others first. You know what I'm saying? He's like, if we put it aside for her, that makes it kind of easy for him. You know, because then he can visualize it. But he wanted me to, like, be actively thinking of, oh, I have to actively think about saving some for my mother. You know what I'm saying? That's what my dad, I think that's what my dad was actually thinking about. Instead of, yeah, I don't know. My dad was a fucking weirdo. But, hold on. Hold on. Oh shit. Alright. So then the other thing that happened back in the day was oh shit. So the other thing that happened back in the day that I kind of remember was oh, that's the other. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell this story. So, this was back in the day where we were on Zelmer. We moved. We were on Zelmer Street, right? And my parents had this thing called Web TV. Okay. And what the Web TV actually was? It was pretty much a It was pretty much like a box that you hook up to the TV, and you just get internet on it. It was fucking stupid. You paid like fucking $20 a month, and you get fucking internet on it. It's for people that don't have a computer. Okay. It was called Web TV. Okay, you probably heard of it. And what happened was the one day my parents actually the one day my parents decided they were going to go on a porno website, and they like locked the door to their fucking bedroom. That's where the fucking web TV was. It was in the the bedroom of it was in their bedroom. Okay, so the web TV was in their bedroom. So they locked the door of their bedroom, and they they went on a porno website. They were going on porno websites, right? On this web TV thing. And they locked me out. So what I would do is I would like look through the keyhole, and I could see everything. I could see what website they were going on. They were going on like old women porn sites and shit. Hold on. They were like on some old woman porn site. And yeah. And then funny thing is that later on in my life, I remember my dad saying something like how he wants to fuck a 60-year-old woman or something. So not only is my dad a pedophile, but he's also into like 60-year-old women. What a great combo, right? Right. So then here's the last story I'm gonna tell. So you ready for this one? You ready for the stupidity about this one? Okay, so back in the day, my parents, this was after the web TV, they got AOL. Okay, my parents are probably the only people in the world that still uses AOL to this day. Okay. They have the fucking, I don't know, but here's the thing though. Here's the thing with them, okay? So they have AOL, right? And they use AOL. Okay, fine. They use AOL. Okay, good for them, right? But so remember how they used to have AIM, like AOL Instant Messenger thing? Well, here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with AOL Instant Messenger. My parents actually believed that if you were to keep AOL Instant Messenger on, like all the time, if you were to keep it on for 2 days straight, I think it was, they said, okay, if you were to keep AOL Instant Messenger on for 2 days straight, what would happen is you get a free month of AOL. So they would sit there and keep the AOL the AIM going for like a month, for like a day straight. Okay, and they somehow they never were able to get the thing on for like a day straight. They kept saying, well, you know, it's because oh, at the last fucking minute it booted itself off. So we're never able to get that fucking AOL going we're never able to get that free month. Turns out there is no fucking free month. Whoever told that to him was lying. I don't fucking know. And I went to school the one day to Harkness. I said, you know, they're fucking dumb. They think that if you have the fucking AOL going for a day straight, that AOL gives you a free month or something. And I said, that's fucking dumb. And the fucking teacher heard me. I can't forget this. The teacher fucking heard me. He sent me down to the principal's office at fucking Harkness. And he's like, we're gonna call your parents and we're gonna see really what the fuck is going on. I think he really overreacted, don't you think? I was like, don't fucking need to call them. You know, they're just being fucking stupid, you know? And, I don't know. It was like the dumbest thing. Why would they give you a free... It made no sense, and there's nothing to this day that even, like, talks about if you keep AIM on for a day straight, they give you a free month of AOL. And my parents still use AOL, by the way. They still fucking pay for it. And I didn't even know it fucking existed, but they use it. They still pay for AOL, and they still pay for, you know, the fucking cable modem and shit. So they got broadband and they got fucking AOL going. I don't know why. Why the fuck do they still have that? My parents are the only people that still pay for fucking AOL. I'm telling you this. I mean, back in the day, AOL was the fucking shit. And, oh, by the way, I have to talk about something else real quick. So, you want to talk about my fucking dumbass parents? Okay, you want to talk about them for a second. The one time, okay, this is both to do. Here we go. Okay, ready for this stupidity? So the one day I had what do you call it? I had remember they used to have Hotmail back in the day. It's like some free email thing they used to have. It's like Gmail now, but it was called Hotmail. And I had a Hotmail account, right? And my dad walked by one day. He saw me on Hotmail. He said, "Oh, why are you on that Hotmail?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Well, he's checking my fucking email, you know. He said, "Oh, you get rid of that fucking Hotmail shit." What? What the fuck are you talking about? Hotmail is for adults, he said. What? Hotmail is for adults? What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, it's a porno site. I'm like, no, it's not. It's literally just a free email account. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And he fucking was getting all fucking dumb with me, like, you gotta get rid of that fucking Hotmail shit. And it was like, he would be so irrational and so stupid about it. It was just so dumb, and it's like one of the things, it was like one of those things that, like, that I just wanted to, get out of the fucking house. And then, what else? What else was he doing? What else did he? That's the other thing. Both my parents. Here's the thing. They Okay, so I was on some website, right? And I forget what fucking I forget what website it was, but at the end of it, it was one of those .html websites, right? And this is some inconspicuous fucking website, right? It was probably some video game bullshit, And I'm just looking around. I'm not even like paying attention. Dad comes up behind me. He's like, "Why are you on this porno website?" Excuse me? Oh, what's this porno web? What are you talking about, porno? What the fuck are you talking about, porno? It's like, it says .html. Yeah, so? Well, that's Hotmail. No, it's not. HTML does not stand for fucking Hotmail. And what is this shit just because it's called Hotmail? Hotmail. My dad is so fucking stupid. Hotmail. My fucking dad is so dumb it hurts sometimes. And then it was probably some just video game website, and then he looked over, he saw that the fucking addresses and of it .html, and he thought it was a fucking porno website. And because he thought that HTML standed for Hotmail. And I think I actually got grounded because he thought I was going on fucking pornos and shit. And this is the kind of shit that I don't even want to be on. I don't even want any part of it. But I don't know. Hold up. But I mean, that's the kind of shit that, you know, just infuriated me to no end. It's just the people that, you know, don't know what the fuck they're talking about and trying to, just trying to, like, you know, just people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Just fucking try to make decisions for me. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, this is Dragon Lord Frodo, and I approve this message. Thanks in advance for watching this. Oh, shit.